Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
First carry for Raheem Mostert, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The numbers for him from a week ago: 15 carries, 85 yards.
And partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 30. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
2nd and 6. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 11. They'll set up a throw. He completes it right side to White. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive. Starr. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Back to throw. Starr. Throw left side complete. That's Clayton. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their number 1 wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your number 1 guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense. But there's also an opportunity to say, hey, they can't focus on trying to stop one guy. Keep spreading it around. The last part, each one of those receivers, they believe they're the number 1 guy, and they're ready to step up.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing. But they watch the film as well, so they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. To throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does. Win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace. Then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. On 1st and 10, Starr over the middle. That's caught by Ridley. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And Thomas has it. And he's got this down to the 35.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. The numbers for Thomas from last week's effort. 12 catches, 63 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much, and you forget the other options that are out there.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Over the middle, complete. That's Mason. That catch good for only a couple. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. They hand it off to Portis. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. Looking to throw. Starr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's White. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Chuck Clark. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
They hand it off to Mostert, and they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. Finding room inside the 40. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. This from 54 yards away. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line.
Well, this one
trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Richie Graham.
And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Eluding the pressure right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Gano's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Starr. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On the give, here's Portis. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hand.
In trouble, and he's taken down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. He'll find Everett there, complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Here comes Reed. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Starr drops this one off to Portis. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The final shot before break. Starr. This one caught by Ridley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where you see the final score there. Jamar Chase leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest, check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Jeff Wilson, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Jake Fromm, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these
blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
2nd and 20.
Looking to throw. Starr. They set up the screen to Portis. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Starr trying to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Tucker now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
A couple of first downs right in succession. And this is an offense that could really use a good drive. And they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A slant to Jones. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Got his man on the out route. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. They've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. The extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Ravens ready to take over. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To throw on second down, Starr. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. Does the big boy have the juice? And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Gano now to add the extra point. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Looking to throw on second down. Starr. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Starr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air. I
agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
On 1st down, Starr, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now a carry for Portis. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll run it here with Portis. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
He's got Mason complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
A run with Portis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Starr. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Throwing on 3rd and long. Starr.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Portis.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To throw on 3rd down. Starr, he finds his man, complete. It's Mason.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Ravens, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And